Drink perfect.
Yeah. No. From Eventide Sector 9.
Who said that? Okay, okay. All right. I'll
Les.
just follow.
From Eventide Sector 9. Giggity, giggity. Heavyweight to the center
Just
of
let
the
him say that.
world.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Okay.
You don't cover my
Camera down. Oh, yeah.
camera. That's the camera. Are we live?
One, two. Live from Eventide Sector 9. This is the afternoon talk show with Mr. Barry.
Good, like I should. Ready to go walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
Yeah, hello guys, hello everybody. Yes, so today we're gonna have a very special episode of Late Afternoon Talk Show with me, Mr. Very, and today we're going to have special guests, and she is a polyglot. What is a polyglot? Okay, I will tell you later. Okay, so today it's going to be very special. And then you will also learn how you can support your English learning. And this will be good not only for students, but also for parents. So, parents, if you want to know how you can support your kids in terms of learning English or learning language, please stay tuned. And now we're going to invite our very special guest. Okay,
Okay. Wait, maybe we can greet people on Instagram, are we?
All right, we're gonna welcome our first guest,
Okay.
Mrs. Maria.
Maria, Maria, she fell in love in East LA to the sound of the guitar, yeah, played by Carlos Santana.
This is
Hello, can you guys hear me? I'm really sorry, we have a technical issue. Sure. Oh, okay. I'll just use my phone. It's on now.
Yes. Okay, everyone. Now, I'm really sorry. We have difficulties. My laptop suddenly died. But yeah, again, we have a very special guest here. Her name is Miss Maria, and then she will show us some of the her experience learning language. Because again, like what I've mentioned during my introduction, she is a polyglot. Now, what a polyglot is, she will explain. Okay. Hello, Miss Maria. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Ferry. I'm good. How are you too?
I've never been better,
Okay.
especially after what happened. Yeah, I feel really good. Yes.
That's
So, Miss Maria, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience? So now we are live in Zoom. We're also live in Instagram and also on YouTube. Yes. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
yes. So, hello everyone on Instagram Live, on YouTube Live, and also on Zoom. How are you all today? So, yeah, thank you as well, Mr. Ferry and EF Bintaro Sector 9 for inviting me today to talk about multiple languages, the immersion into multiple languages. So, yes, my name is Maria, and yeah, just you can call me Maria. Yeah.
Maria. Yes.
And yeah, so yeah, that's that.
Thank you, Miss Maria.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ferry.
Yes, again, thank you very much for being able to all the way come here to appear in the talk show. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now I would like to ask you a question. So, could you please explain what polyglot is?
Okay, so basically, a polyglot is a person who can speak a lot of languages,
Oh, okay.
basically. So, so basically, well, there is no definite like, well, there is actually like a polyglot is supposed to be more than four languages. If a
Four
person can
languages,
speak more than four
four
languages,
languages.
it also does not mean about the fluency, how perfect you are
Mm.
able to speak it, but if you are already if you know it and
Mm.
familiarize with it, then it's considered a language that you can speak. So yeah, that is what
Right.
a polyglot is.
Right. So if you're able to communicate in more than four languages, then you're considered a polyglot.
Four or more. Yes,
Four
four
or
or more.
more languages. So it means you can speak more than four languages then.
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Can you tell us how many languages you're able to communicate with?
All right. So, well, on the languages, basically, I can speak English. I can speak Bahasa Indonesia. I speak Tagalog, and then there comes the sort of well, we'll get to that active and inactive on what happened. But yeah, Mandarin and Spanish as well.
Oh, okay. So five different languages.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Awesome. Yes. So I can also speak multiple languages. Bahasa Indonesia and English. That's it.
Oh, that's nice, Mr. Perry. So you're a bilingual speaker.
Sorry. Yes. All right. So I'm curious. So being able to speak five languages. So that's something that for me it's incredible. How do you learn those languages, Miss Maria?
Okay, do you want to go one by one on the languages? So yeah, basically, natively I speak English.
English, okay.
Well, the story of that is that, yeah, I was born in Indonesia. I was born in Medan, and throughout my life, it's that I lived all around. Like we kept on moving,
Mhm.
and so like I spent most of my life in Australia, in
Mhm.
Sydney, and yeah, that's where yeah I got to pick up a lot of other languages. But yeah, going to school there, I had to learn French. I had to
Mm.
learn Japanese,
Right.
the formal traditional way. But
Mhm.
yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to activate those languages that I learned before. So there's
Mm.
that. And for Tagalog, how I learned Tagalog was because also I went to school in the Philippines,
Oh, okay.
in Manila. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Mabuhay to all of you Filipinos watching now as well. So yeah,
What is okay? What does it mean?
mabuhay means it's a saying that we say in Philippines. It's like saying like live on. So it's
Oh,
like
live
live on,
on, live on. Yes.
nationalism.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's awesome.
Okay, so yeah, I went to school in Manila, and when I went to school in Manila, and only being able to speak in English
Mm,
was a big challenge for me because I went into a public school, and where they had to all the teaching materials was in Tagalog,
mm,
especially math. So that
right.
was a challenge, yeah. So
So,
it forced me to have to engage with the people
mm,
there to learn.
right, right.
Yes.
Especially math itself, it's very easy subject, right?
Oh
Easy.
yes, it's very easy
It's
that we
very
want to forget
easy.
it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you've learned those five languages. What are the biggest challenge in what are some of the biggest challenges you encountered, Miss Maria, when you learn those five languages, and how do you handle them?
Okay, the biggest challenges was actually not being able to have a person to practice it with, hence making it difficult for me to remember it.
Mm,
So that was one of the biggest challenges of in learning a language, and also challenges probably, of course, going back to the learning it by the book. Yeah, that's a challenge as well because like we always know that when we learn something
mm.
by the book and when we do it in real life, it's total two different applications.
Right. I agree. Yes, I agree. Like me personally, when I learn English, like from the books, sometimes it's pretty difficult. But when actually I get to interact with people, you know, real conversation, real communication, I think that's better. Yes, and maybe for those who are curious, like, can she actually speak five languages? Maybe it's time to do our demonstration. Okay. Yeah. So Miss Maria will show us her skill in speaking five languages. Okay. So are you ready? Everyone's ready? Yes. And then we have special guests as well. Not only Miss Maria, but we have some of other EF friends from multiple countries, and then they will have conversation with Miss Maria in one of those five languages. Yes. So should we introduce the guests? Yes. Okay. So the first one is Mr. Ricardo. Is it? Oh, Mr. June. Oh, the first one is Mr. June.
No,
Tagalog first.
Spanish first, right? Yes.
Oh, Spanish first. Spanish first. Okay. Okay. So Mr. Ricardo, right?
No me ames porque estoy perdido, porque cambia el mundo, porque es el destino, porque no me ames para estar en tierra, que hacia el pueblo, con tu gran amor por el azul del cielo.
All right. Well, first of all, I think we have to give a very big round of applause for the band. The band, yes, yay! Woo! Yes. So, oh yeah, I would like to introduce to you the band. We have a very special band here. The name of the band is D9 Band. Yes. So you can see over there, D9 Band. Yes. So we were also have planned to do EFtainment. Yeah. So the B9 Band will be able to play songs. You can request songs on the spot live, and then they will play it for you. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Okay. We have Mr. Ricardo here. Hello, Mr.
Hi
Ricardo.
everyone. Hola,
Hello.
buenas tardes.
Oh, okay. I don't understand that. Yes. So Miss Maria will have a conversation with Mr. Ricardo over there. Yes,
Yeah.
Miss
All right.
Maria, please.
Yeah.
Hola
Hola.
María.
Hola.
Buenas
Hola,
tardes.
señor.
¿Qué tal?
Un momento. Disculpe, aprende solo un habla, cantidad limitada de español ahora.
Aquí, sí. Claro.
Yes.
Muy bien. Está bien.
Lo siento, señor.
No pasa nada, pero que se escúchame, no pasa nada.
Sí, sí. Muchas gracias.
De nada. So, María, mucho gusto en conocerte a todos y gracias por tenerme de la hoy. Quiero una pregunta para ti. ¿Cómo aprendiste español?
Poco habla español. So, yeah, sorry, you were speaking too fast. So,
Oh, lo siento.
lo siento.
Okay. No, ¿cómo aprendiste español? ¿En la escuela o vivía?
Sí, escuela. Sí, escuela.
¿Escuela?
Aprender escuela.
¿Cuánto?
En Manila.
Okay.
Yeah. Soy habla, aprender soy habla español, escuela de Manila. Yeah.
Oh, ¿de la Filipina habla español también?
Sí.
Okay. Sí, ¿cuánto tiempo llevas practicando en español en la escuela? ¿Cuántos años?
Años. Wait, sorry, let me count how many years ago that was. 20 años.
20?
20 años. That's 20.
Sí. 20.
Yeah. 20.
Claro. Okay. Wow. ¿Quieres
All
preguntar
right.
algo? Any question to me?
Perdone.
Un placer conducir a todos. Nice to meet all of you.
Oh, yes. Sí. Muchas gracias, señor.
Tenga un
All
buen
right.
día.
Thank you so much. Well, Zoom does not support subtitles, so I don't understand what you guys are talking about. But thank you, Mr. Ricardo. But can you please share to us,
Yes.
Miss Maria, about the experience about what you guys are talking about?
So basically, we were talking about Mr. Ricardo was asking how long ago I learned Spanish and also where. So that's the thing. When you don't activate that language, like that's why I said he was speaking too fast, and I also apologize at first saying that apparently I don't speak that much Spanish right now. But yes, I do understand if you go slowly, one by one.
Yeah.
So that's what I see, and that's what I told him. If he could slow down, so I could understand. But yeah. So that's basically what we're talking about. And he asked me how many years, and I don't want to tell you how many years ago that was, Mr.
Oh, okay. It's been a long time then.
Yes.
It's been a long time. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Maria. Thank you so much, Mr. Ricardo, for the conversation.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Have fun,
Yes,
guys.
it's a pleasure.
Gracias.
It's fun.
Ciao. Tenga un buen día.
Yeah, it's fun. Nice to see you, and then nice to hear you talking to Miss Maria over there.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so that's the Espanol. Is that
Espanol,
how
yes.
you say that? Yes.
Espanol.
Spain, right?
Yes.
Now we're gonna have another friend from Philippines.
Yes.
From Philippines. Yes. All right, and the name is Mr. June.
There's something in the way you look at me. It's as if my heart knows you're the say please. Make me believe that there's nothing in this world I can't be. Never know what you see, 'cause there's something in the way you look at me.
All right, very romantic song. Thank you so much, the band. All right, we have Mr. June over here. Hello, Mr. June. Hello, Mr. June. How are you today? All right, so now we will have a conversation with Mr. June. Miss Maria
I
will
can't
have a
hear you,
conversation.
Mr. Ferry. I
Oh,
can't hear you.
Mr. June, can you hear us? Can you say something? Oh, we cannot hear. Maybe your
Mic
microphone?
is on.
Okay, microphone. It's doesn't work.
Is it?
Oh, maybe Mr. June is trying to. Oh, maybe you don't have to use the headset, Mr. June. Just use the phone speaker. Maybe it works.
I can't hear you if I'm not using the headset.
Oh, okay. But now I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Okay.
now it's clear. Yeah,
It's clear. Okay,
I,
great.
I can hear now. I
Yes,
can.
you can hear me. That's great. Yes, thank
Yes.
you, Mr. June. Now, Miss Maria, you can have your conversation with Mr. June.
Yes. Yes, hello. Hello, Kuya.
Hello.
Kamusta na po kayo?
Hello.
Magandang
Mabuti.
hapon.
Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon din.
So, kakagaling nyo lang sa trabaho?
Oo, kagagaling ko lang sa trabaho. Nagkuha lang sandali. Tapos, ito, nandito na sa bahay.
Sa bahay. Kamusta ang mga anak? Kumusta anak at saka asawa mo? Kuya?
Mabuti naman. Si Mrs. kagagaling lang sa operation sa hospital. So, okay naman na siya.
Okay. Okay, Kuya. So, kamusta na yung pamilya nyo sa sa sitwasyon na COVID na to? Okay naman kayo, di ba?
Okay naman kami. Healthy naman. So far, okay naman.
Mabuti naman po. May tatanungin ba kayo para marinig nila Tagalog natin? Ang galing, no? Nasa talk show tayo.
Mahal mo bang trabaho mo?
Ano po? Pwede niyo ulitin?
Mahal mo bang trabaho mo ngayon?
Na ano?
Yung trabaho mo, mahal mo ba yung trabaho mo ngayon?
Mahal ko? Oo, mahal ko. Mahal ko
mo.
trabaho ko. Oo, mahal ko.
Kumusta naman ang trabaho mo dyan? Okay ba?
Okay naman. Ang saya. Mababait na mga kasama ko dito. Kaya napaka-blessed naman ako.
So, enjoy mo lang yung trabaho mo dyan para magtagal dyan. Tapos, alam mo na, sa hirap ng buhay ngayon, pwedeng mawala lalo ng pandemya ngayon, maraming nawawalan ng trabaho. Enjoy mo lang trabaho.
Opo. Oo naman. Salamat po. At pwede niyong banggitin na yung sinabi ko sa inyo.
Oo.
Pero sa English na lang.
Nagkakilala kami ni Kay noong
Sa English na
buwan
lang. Para maintindihan.
Ano?
Sabihin niyo sa English.
Okay. I met Kay or Maria Kay in Karawaci before in the church, Living Faith International Church. We go to the same church before, and we also joined the praise and worship and also in the Bible school together.
Okay, salamat. So dapat tayo na lang nagkumanta, no?
Oo nga.
Kung gusto niya rin kumanta dito, pwede kayo kumanta dito.
Hindi. Nakakahiyang kumanta.
Ayaw mo rin kumanta?
Matagal na akong hindi kumakanta.
Ay, di ba practice makes perfect, di ba? Saka confidence niya na lang yun eh.
Oo. Pero
Okay.
okay na ako.
Okay, sige. Salamat po.
Sige, salamat din. God bless.
God bless din po, kuya.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. June. Thank you. Yes, again, Zoom does not support subtitle. So I have to ask Miss Maria. Miss Maria, how was it? What did you talk about with Mr. June?
So basically, just asking how his condition and his family's condition during this pandemic, and also basic. Oh, and he did comment that it's a nice band setup here.
Mm.
And as he mentioned that I met Mr. June from church, and
Okay.
we were worship leaders. So yeah,
Mm.
we sang a lot and we led worship together. And I said, yeah, you want to be the next guest on the band as well, because I said you got a nice voice. And then he commented saying that, yeah, why didn't you sing? That you have a good voice as well. You always sing in Tagalog.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you, Miss Maria. Thank you so much, Mr. June, for having conversation with Miss Maria. Yes.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's very nice.
You can say
Meeting you.
maraming salamat. Maraming
Maraming
salamat.
maraming
Maraming salamat.
maraming salamat. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Maraming
correct.
salamat. Maraming salamat. What does it mean?
Walang ano man.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Maraming
Paalam
salamat.
na
Yeah.
ako. Magpaalam na ako kay. Paalam. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Okay.
I need to do something. I need to do
Okay,
something.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so
sige.
much. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Mr. June.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You-
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was fun speaking with a lot of different languages. Yes, definitely. You know, if you travel around the world, then you can. Well, first, of course, you need to be able to speak English. But you know, having been able to speak more languages, then I guess it helps you as well, knowing a lot of people. You know, just making friends, making connections, right? Yes. All right. So, you know, the topic for our talk show today is a language is best learned through immersion. Yes, I would like to ask Miss Maria, immersion. What is immersion, Miss Maria?
Well, immersion is actually being able to be, well, as it what immerse means, it's getting into that language, getting to know that language deeply. So that is what immersion means. The exposure to that language. And I would like to add for that, like basically from, I mean, it's always ideal to learn a language that it's ideally for children, especially young children, because the pace that they learn it and they acquire it and master that language, it's so much faster as opposed to adult learners. And also with addition to that, I also know that Vygotsky also once said, Vygotsky,
Vygotsky,
yeah,
wow.
Vygotsky, Lev Vygotsky,
It's been a while since I heard that name.
yeah,
Vygotsky.
yes, Lev Vygotsky, about social learning. So basically, children, they learn from their social environment,
Mhm.
and also based on how their zone of proximal development is also done from the start. So then that is how they are immersed into their social learning.
So immersed, it means students are exposed to the language and then they can acquire the language by that
Yes,
exposure, by that immersion.
yes, that's correct.
Right.
But it also depends on the how. That's why there's that zone of proximal development that's proposed by Vygotsky, saying that it also depends to well, a child will always attach itself to their parent or a teacher. That is
Okay.
why that's that ZPD. That is the zone of proximal development. So it depends on that relationship between the child and the caregiver on how much that they are given to actually exercise their language. It's not
Okay.
only for language, but it's basically everything for a child to learn in their early stages.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. And yeah, to me, it seems that immersion is something that definitely will work. And then you've proven that, right? Like you've acquired 5 languages through immersion, basically exposing yourself to the to the language. Yes. And then, in your opinion, Miss Maria, how is it different, immersion and then the conventional method of learning language?
Okay, so going back to how I learned those languages. So yes, I mentioned before that I learned French and also Japanese in school, the traditional way, and with Mandarin as
Oh,
well. I did learn that. So yeah, with the books and also with the teacher and basically with the books and reading. And because like what I mentioned, the challenge is to actually have someone to practice that language with, where
mm,
I did not have that time. So I completely lost it,
mm,
but probably a few words I can still familiarize with it. But yeah, that's the thing. And but with Tagalog and Spanish, how I learned it is from a school as well. But then it's the
mm.
thing is like I had to really understand it, like talk to the people where I don't understand anything. And Spanish also I had to take that in school when I was in
Mm.
Manila.
Right.
And the easy thing about Spanish is that it's similar to Tagalog because they
Oh, okay.
get a lot of words from Spanish as well and also Portuguese.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of similar
So
words.
it's kind of similar
Mm.
words, right? Right. Yeah. So yeah, you know, you mentioned that when you learn language and then in a conventional way, it doesn't really work. But uh, it works, but you need to, what is it? Uh, Try put more effort. Is it?
No, it's not that it doesn't actually work. It does work,
It works.
but
Okay.
then, like the saying, right? Practice makes perfect. So you have to
Right.
activate it. You have to speak it, and that's why I
Right.
mentioned Vygotsky just now because you have to create that social learning
Mm,
environment for the child to be able for them to practice it and also to demonstrate their
mm.
abilities in a very safe and confident way. Again, mentioning the ZPD of Vygotsky,
Oh,
they
okay.
have to
Okay. I
feel that
gotcha.
because that's the challenge for people as well. Like I experienced that as well in Mandarin. When a native speaker from China would talk to me or even
Mm,
see my pen, my handwriting, my hanyu pinyin, they
mm.
would criticize it and they would mock me, saying
Oh,
that,
they mock
oh
you. Okay.
yes, that's not the formal way to say it. But then
Mm.
that's the thing that's why I mentioned Vygotsky. So the child or that person needs to be able to feel that they are going to speak it without any judgment, and so that they are being
Oh,
supported.
right,
So
right, right,
that's
right,
basically
right.
the thing.
Yeah, so they need to be relaxed so
Yes,
that they won't
relax.
be afraid of making mistakes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that kind of environment is very important. Yes, I kind of be able to relate to that. When I was learning English, I didn't have partners, and then once I've had this uh, friends whose English was so much better. And then when I tried to speak English with that person, and then I made mistakes, and then that person mocked me, and then it really demotivated me. Yes, it's really bad. Yes, so I guess it's very important to create an environment where it's very supportive. Yes. Okay. Nice. Now, uh, currently we are in this uh, situation where we have this pandemic, right? And it affects a lot of things, including educations. And then a lot of people, a lot of kids, students, they would like to study languages or maybe study English, and then they are very affected with this pandemic, right? Yes. In your opinion, Miss Maria, how do we create immersion in this, situations?
Well, basically, with the situation we have now, it's such a fortunate event. There's
Mhm.
nothing we can do about it, but just to learn
Yeah,
how to live with this situation. And yes,
yeah,
I
we have
do
to live with
agree
that.
that especially children, they are the most at risk. Being, asking them to go to school like before.
Mm.
But yes, online does help, and also for immersion, like it
Online, okay.
opens up a lot of opportunities because like our talk show right now, like we can also like speak with the children, like we are all in different places, and
Mm.
then they are open to that experience as well, and also from online learning, like
Mm.
it will benefit them a lot during
Okay,
this pandemic times.
okay, all right. And some parents, I know that some parents, during the pandemic, they would like to postpone their educations, like including postponing their, for example, language educations, like English education. They would like to, okay, I don't want to enroll my kids during the pandemic because I don't want to do online classes, and then they literally like stop, like no progress at all with the study. Yes. So in your opinion, is it okay when when you are studying language and then you pause and then there's a long gap? Yes, especially right now we're still in pandemic. Like we don't know how long this will take, right? Yes. What's your thought on that, Miss Maria?
Well, I do not advise that.
Mhm.
I believe that every person, especially children, they should have a continuous learning
Mhm.
to support them in their cognitive abilities. And also, that is what happened to me, Mr. Perry. So
Oh,
when I
well,
paused,
right, right,
yes,
right.
when I paused in learning and say, oh, I know the basic gist of that language, so I'll just get back into it later on. But then that's the thing,
Right.
you will and going back to what we say in psychology, the forgetful curve, the
Mhm.
decay curve. That's true. If you don't apply to it, you will forget it, and
Mm.
whatever progress that you have made for that far will just be diminished. Like
Right,
yeah,
right. So it's actually it's been proven, it's been studied, it's been researched that when you're studying language, especially, and then you don't use it, there's a big chance that you might lose it, right? You'll
yes,
forget it. Yes. Okay. So it's really not. So you don't suggest that the study is postponed, especially for the language.
yes, I
So
do not
you don't suggest,
advise
right?
that.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I completely agree with you on that, Miss Maria. Yes, and then you know during the time right now as well, we have a lot of like online classes. Yes, do you think it can be a good option, the online classes for studying language?
Yes, it is a good way for the children to be immersed, especially to learn English, because
Mm-hmm.
like what I said, like they will feel safe in their homes,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be able to learn at their own pace with the teachers that they see and their friends as well that they see online.
Mm-hmm.
So it will benefit them as well. It will give them that motivation inside, having knowing that it's intrinsic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's come and also knowing that they can still be able to learn with their friends and also with their teachers. So
Right.
I am for it. I'm for online
You're
learning.
all for it.
Yes.
Okay, me too. Yes. And then how do you think the parents can support the kids learning progress at home with the online class? Mm.
Well, as being a parent myself, that is
Oh yeah, you're a parent yourself. How many
yes.
kids do you have, Miss Maria?
I have two children.
Two children.
Yes,
And what languages do they speak?
they basically just speak two languages. Yeah, there's
Two
just two
languages for
languages.
now. Two languages.
Two languages for
Right,
now.
right, right.
Yeah, so yeah, being a parent, a mother myself, so I do support online learning, whatever that I could
Mm,
facilitate for them to learn at home. I'm all
mm,
for it. And also, yeah, that is for us parents. I know there's that dilemma that we need to do something else. We need to look after the house, we need to work, and we need to divide our time. So maybe, yeah, I don't want to go into much on that because
mhm,
it's a sensitive area for every single parent.
mhm,
But yeah, basically, yeah, loving your child, you know what is best for your child. And if you
okay.
love your child, you will know that they need the best education that they can get, and also
Right.
not to make it continuous, because
Mm,
every child deserves the right education.
agree. Agree. And yeah, while they're in their golden age, right? Like it's not wise to postpone, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Yes. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Miss Maria. So language immersion, I think that would be what is it? The best. Yes, for language learning. Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna go to the our audience in Zoom or Instagram or YouTube to see if there are any questions. So again, parents or students, if you want to ask Miss Maria anything about learning languages, please do ask. Do we have any questions? Maybe from Zoom first. Any question from Zoom? Anyone from Zoom would like to ask questions? Let me see. We're in Zoom here. Okay. What about from Instagram? Any questions from Instagram?
Yes, we do have a question on Zoom.
Oh, Zoom.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The chat. Sorry, I didn't
Yes,
see the chat. You don't use it, you lose it. How early can you start learning languages, Miss Maria? This is a very, I think, yeah, this is one of the most common questions that, uh, we teachers often receive from parents, like how early. But we would like to hear from you, Miss Maria. Yes.
Okay. How early can you start learning language? Well, basically, from before the child is born, you can start learning language. It depends on the mom. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, if you keep on talking and talking and talking to your child while in the womb, they will, of course, they'll familiarize with your voice, and yeah, it becomes like their dependency later on when they start learning. That they have that bond. But yeah, why I mentioned that is because I was traumatized with my first child. My first
Oh,
child
what
has
happened?
speech delay.
Oh,
My first child has speech delay and he has ADHD. So he has problems with speaking. So
okay.
when I had my second child, I started like even from when I found out I was pregnant, I started talking and talking and talking to my child.
Mm.
And yes, she is very talkative. Now she is a 5-year-old
Yeah,
who is very talkative.
yes, she is very talkative. Yes, and always asking Miss Malta, where's Miss Malta?
Yes.
Yes, and she can speak both Bahasa Indonesia and English now. Yeah, Miss Maria.
Yes.
Uh, okay. And how old is she? How
She's
old is she?
5 years old.
5 years old.
I
Yes.
think she inherited my knack for languages because
Mm,
like she can she's starting to go into Mandarin now
mm,
and she's very fast with learning that. So I
mm.
would say a few phrases and then she could repeat it back like
Oh,
perfectly.
okay. 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 So if let's say the question is how early can you start learning languages? Other languages. Yes, other languages. Maybe the second language, Miss Maria. Yes, the second language. So, for example, the first language is
Okay, second language.
English, and then the second language. I think Miss Catherine Thomas she rephrased her questions. Yes.
Yes. So basically like we do encourage that a child has they know a language first and then they even from when they're babies they start babbling. That's already a form of language and
Mm,
then they refine it later on as they grow older, but then it's the
okay.
5-year golden age of every child. To when that they can learn the next language,
Mhm,
well, it depends on the child itself
mm.
and how if they can already speak a language, like if they show the signs that they are interested in another language, well, yes, they can and we can also support them. But
Right.
at the same time, yeah, we still have to practice both of those languages that they are learning
Oh, okay.
so as to not to forget.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So so it's okay to have bilingual.
No, it's really fine.
Really fine.
It's not
Okay.
a problem. But as long as we do it properly and we
Mm,
support them with that to facilitate both learning those languages. Yes.
okay.
And yeah.
So it's fine if let's say they're learning language A and then at the same time they practicing language B.
Yes, but to that note that the first language that they already have this like a good master of that language.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the kid needs to be able to have a good mastery first for the first language, and then he or she can go on to the second language.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Because if not, it'll just confuse them more if they have to learn like
Right.
two new languages.
Right. Right. So there is the step. There's the step. Yes. Okay.
But it depends on the kids themselves, and it
Mhm.
also it's very evident that children who speak more languages, who are bilingual, multilingual, or polyglots,
Mm.
they have a higher cognitive ability and they show higher
Mm.
intelligence as well. It's a good
Right.
thing for them to be
Right.
immersed into.
Right. It's very beneficial, I
It's
think,
beneficial.
if let's say kids are able to speak multiple languages. Yes. And another questions, a lot of times when I meet parents, they would ask me, they would like to support the kids learning English at home. They would like to talk to them in English, but they're not confident with their English because they might think that their English is not perfect. Yes. What's your opinion, Miss Maria? Like, if let's
Yes.
say there's a parent whose English is not perfect, and then he or she wants to support the kid by communicating with them. Yes, is it okay?
Well, it's okay. Like going back again to Vygotsky saying that you have
Mm,
to create that zone of proximal development. You have
mhm,
to also like demonstrate it yourself. So
mhm,
here I am, building my confidence and trying to talk, and then showing the child that they
mm,
are able to do that. So it
okay.
is fine if they feel that they're not confident. But yeah, like what I said, practice makes perfect. So
Mhm,
um, we have to brave ourselves to do
mm,
that for the sake of the children. So
okay.
yeah,
So it shouldn't forbid the parents to try to speak English with the
not at
kids,
all,
right?
not at all.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if your parents and then you would like to speak English or speak with another languages with your kids, even though let's say you don't feel like your language is perfect, go ahead. Yes, it's a green light. Yes. So green light from Miss Maria, but of course it's based on the research, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Miss Maria. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the question, Miss Catherine Thomas. Thank you so much. Yes, and then any other questions maybe from Instagram? Do you have question from Instagram? Oh, no question. Okay. Right. So I think for the there's oh no, okay. Okay. Right. I think for the last session, uh, Miss Maria, would you like to teach me how to introduce myself in maybe Spanish or Tagalog? Would you like to introduce me? Sorry, teach me how to introduce myself. Yes, maybe my name is Ferry, and then
Okay,
in
sure.
yes, Tagalog or Spain,
Okay, so let's start with Spanish then.
Spanish. Okay,
Okay.
Spanish.
So you can say, well, it's still afternoon now. It's not yet
Okay.
night. So you can say, buenas tardes. Buenas tardes.
Buenos tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenos tardes.
Yes, you can say buenas tardes. Hola. Hola means hi. So hola, buenas tardes.
Hola, buenos tardes.
Now you can say soy. Soy means I.
Soy,
Soy, and then your name.
soy Ferry.
Or you can say mi ama,
Mi ama,
meaning my name. So mi ama
oh,
Ferry.
mi ama Ferry or soy Ferry. Okay, buenos tardes. Hola, mi ama,
Buenas. Buenas
buenas.
tardes.
Buenas tardes. Hola, mi ama Ferry. Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can say ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo estás? That meaning how are you?
¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo está?
And then you can reply muy bien, meaning that you are good. You're
Muy,
muy bien.
muy bien. Muy bien. Muy bien. Yes. Okay. Nice. What about the Tagalog?
Okay, Tagalog. Magandang hapon. Good afternoon.
Okay. That's very difficult.
Magandang hapon. And then you say, pangalan ko,
Pang-
pangalan ko
Pangalan ko
ay
ay
Ferry.
Ferry.
So that means my name is Ferry.
Okay.
And then say like, kamusta ka na? It means how are you?
Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na?
Then you'll say mabuti, mabuti.
Mabuti.
Now for a
Mabuti.
sign of respect, you can add po. So mabuti po.
Mabuti po. Ah, okay.
Especially talking to a more older person.
Right. Okay. Yes, that's a pretty interesting experience speaking in multiple languages. Yes. Okay. Finally, Miss Maria, do you have any message for parents out there or any students out there who would like to learn languages. Do you have any message? Yes, your final message before we close the show.
Well, my final message is that yeah, always encourage your children to be able to learn. There is no perfect system, but if you always looking for the right ways to provide them with everything that they need for life, especially with language, if you are able to speak languages, master them, it will help you like for especially teenagers for their rite of passages and then for them to go to university later on
Mm.
and to be able to acquire a job later on. It will be it will hold a lot of benefits for them.
Mm. Okay.
So yes, and yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Maria. Again, thank you so much for coming to EF Bintaro Sector 9. Yes, to give about talk show about immersion. And yeah, I think for me myself, it's very useful to know about the things that you've mentioned before. And hopefully it will also be useful for our audience in Zoom, Instagram, and also YouTube Live. Yes. So again, thank you so much, Miss Maria.
Yes,
Yes.
Yenny.
Oh, I imagine that's you're welcome.
Mandarin.
And you're
Mandarin.
welcome. Is that you're
Thank
welcome?
you.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Miss Maria.
Yes, and
Yes.
I would like to also say, Han
Mm.
Yi EF 学习中心. It means welcome to EF Learning Center.
Welcome to EF Learning Center. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Miss Maria. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us here, watching the show until the end. Late night talk show with me and with Miss Maria. Yes. And then now, to close the show, we're gonna have special performance from the B9 band. B9 band, Mr. Andrew, Mr. Chris, Mr. Max, and Miss Malta. Yeah.
Feeling good, like I should. To go on, feeling blessed, never stressed. But the sunshine, singing back. Your breath, despite the challenge. All we gotta do is make it better than we found it. It's gonna get difficult, it's not gonna put your balance. Obviously, whatever there's no way around it. Everyone falls down sometimes. You just gotta know you'll all be fine. So deep, it's okay. It's okay. I got sure you want to run me because never stress. Got the sunshine on the side.
Oh, don't forget to follow us. Don't forget to follow us on
Yes.
EF Bintaro Sector 9. Don't forget to follow Instagram. EF Bintaro Sector 9 over here. There. Thank you.